Hello, everyone. I am Josh Horowitz.
And I'm Carolina Di Domenico.
Welcome to the Spanish Steps here in Rome, just one of the iconic international cities featured in this epic global adventure.
This is the 7th film, the Mission Impossible franchise, and trust me when I say that this is the biggest, most action-packed installment yet.
Tonight, our mission is to bring you all the red carpet action. We'll talk to the stars of the film, and of course, we'll soon be joined by the man of the hour, the one and only Tom Cruise. While we await their arrivals, let's take a peek at what's in store. Now, we were lucky enough to catch a sneak peek of the movie, and guys, let me tell you, you can feel the action. The car chase here in Rome is mind-boggling. The Venice action sequence, it is emotional, it is action-packed. I love this ensemble. The whole thing is a wild ride. Mission Impossible is truly one of the few movie franchises that keeps getting better, constantly raising the bar with its practical stunts, breathtaking locations, and shocking twists. Carolina, I know you saw the movie. What did you think?
Josh, I was at the edge of my seat the entire time, and I was seriously sad when it ended. The whole movie is a thrilling, exciting adventure, and tonight is the official star-studded premiere screening. The Auditorium Conciliazione in Rome was converted from a theater of the performing arts into a state-of-the-art premiere venue with Dolby Vision projection and a Dolby Atmos sound system, because this is a movie made for the biggest and best screens in the world.
I could not agree more. Now, a bit of trivia for you guys. The car at the bottom of the carpet, just over there, that is the actual Fiat 500 that plays a very key role in one of the film's thrilling car chases. Scenes that take place right here, shot on the streets of Rome. It's an unforgettable scene that you've got to see to believe. In just a few moments, Tom Cruise will be coming down these stairs and joining me for a chat. But first, guys, let's kick this premiere off in style with a very special performance as featured in the score of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Please welcome the Top Secret Drum Corps. Returning to the iconic role of IMF agent Ethan Hunt, please welcome the star and producer of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, joined by his writer-director Christopher McQuarrie, the legendary Tom Cruise. It's great to see you, Tom. Welcome back to Rome. Congratulations, man. How you feel?
Thank you all for coming out. This is beautiful. This is absolutely magical to share this with you all in these epic steps. It's a historical moment. Thank you.
You don't go small on these carpets, man. This is another iconic moment for an iconic franchise.
I want to thank Rome and the city, and also we got to film in Venice, which was extraordinary during some very difficult times in the world, in this country, and it's an absolute honor and a dream. We dreamed of coming here to be part of this and share it with everyone. I can't wait for you all to see the movie.
I'm just happy they let you back in, because I've seen the movie, and I'm surprised Rome is still standing after the epic car chase that you were in this. It's not enough to do a crazy car chase, Tom. You do it one-handed in a Fiat.
Yes, yes.
Talk to me about what it was like. Is that as much fun as it looks?
It was a lot of fun, and Hayley Atwell was extraordinary being in that car with me. And I have to say, the one-handed was McHugh's idea. He says, like, I've seen you drive drifting two hands. Christopher McQuarrie, who wrote, directed, and produced it with me, was like, let's see if you could do it with one hand. I thought, oh my gosh, you know, so there I was handcuffed, drifting through these streets, which was a lot of fun. Got to drift through here and all over different streets in the yellow car right there. That is the car that Hayley and I used to drive through the streets of Rome. So thank you all for your patience when we were doing that.
Talk to me a little bit. Okay, does your diary look like, hey, one day it would be cool to do a motorcycle jump off a cliff? Like, are you just jotting down random stunt ideas as the years go by?
No, it started when I was a little kid. I was about 4 years old, and I would look at buildings and I'd think, I'd like to climb up that building, and what would it be like? How do I jump from one building to the next? You know, how do I get off that building down, you know, to the fountain? So that's how I think about things.
So in the middle of an epic jump like that, what's in your head? Are you ever thinking, this sounded good on paper, but what am I doing here?
There's so many things going on, particularly that off the cliff in Norway, where I'm concerned about if the bike gets unbalanced, it's going to disrupt the airflow. I have only a few seconds until I hit the ground. I have to hold as long as I can for the shot. I'm watching at the beginning the speed of my aircraft. I have a helicopter flying over, and if I go too soon or we mix up our timings, that helicopter, the downwash, can actually blow me off of the ramp. So I have to, and I have drones that I don't want them to hit me. So as I'm going down the ramp, performing, I know the lenses,
right.
I know the speeds. Once I exit the ramp, I'm worried about, was my speed correct? Am I gonna have enough to be able to fly a little bit before I open? How deep do I go into that bowl? And once I open, I want to make sure, and you can see it online, you can see when I'm testing it, I opened incorrectly and I started going toward the side of the wall in the bowl. And I pulled away quickly. So there's a lot going on, and then I have to fly out of there. So plus it's all about cinema, it's all about story. I'm just constantly looking to increase my ability as a storyteller, and what kind of skills can I improve to entertain the audience. So, but it's all about how do I engage the audience. It's the story underneath and the characters.
Well, and one thing we haven't mentioned too much tonight is it's emotional. I mean, there's some sequences in this film. I'm not going to give anything away, but we talk about Rome, Venice, an amazing sequence there. I want to talk a little bit about the amazing ensemble around you.
I want to talk about them too.
Because look, we have many of the returning favorites, obviously Simon and Ving and Rebecca, but then you add Hayley Atwell, who's amazing in this. Henry, as an old school Mission Impossible fan. Henry Czenry, come on.
Shea, Wiggam, Tarzan, Vanessa, you know, this cast is extraordinary. You know, Simon Pegg and Ving Rhames, what they can do with these characters and invest us in these stories. Rebecca Ferguson she's absolutely brilliant. I mean, in every way, when you're looking at it, Shea Wiggam, Tarzan Davis, who was in Top Gun, and when you're looking at Hayley Atwell, an incredible actress, a real light that actually enabled us and inspired this kind of chase in Rome.
Right.
And Pom, who's so magnetic, so talented. I love it in a movie and what we build our films for an ensemble, for that story. It's not about me, it's about the story.
Right.
And to have these brilliant actors come in, and they're so committed in every way, and to be acting again with Henry, and I feel very, very blessed.
It's also obviously been a very fruitful collaboration, you and McHugh, Christopher McQuarrie.
Yeah, Christopher McQuarrie, 16 years. Christopher McQuarrie has had a hand in every single film that I've made over the past 16 years, and he's uncredited. He wrote Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol. He's had a hand in editing, writing, in every single thing I've ever done, and he is my creative brother. an exceptional human being and filmmaker, and I love him, I love his family, and this is a very special moment for all of us.
Look, there is there is nobody that loves cinema, the movie-going experience, more than you, Tom. Last year, you helped bring it back with Top Gun Maverick, and I know this is important to you, to see this on the big screen with an audience, to feel that collective spirit in a theater. Why is that so important to you, that these mission films in particular are meant for the big screen?
My goal as a child, since I was little, was to make movies and travel the world, and not just be a tourist, but to work in that world and live there and understand their culture. And you know, you look at my movies, I've been able to have that because of everyone here that you've enabled me to and allowed me to entertain you. And it's a privilege for me, and it's something that I have never taken for granted. And it is my passion making movies. It is my passion to entertain you. And I will always fight for big theaters and, you know, that kind of experience for everyone. Thank you. No, thank you.
Last thing for you, Tom. There's the part 1 at the end of this movie. Part 1 of how many? Do we have 7 more Mission Impossibles? Keep going, never stop.
Yeah. We'll talk to you next summer. I can't say anything about that right now. But we have already started filming Dead Reckoning Part 2. I don't want to say anything about it, but I can't wait for you all to see this one. First see this one, then we'll talk about it.
Okay, fair enough. Aircraft carrier, Spanish Steps. I'll meet you anywhere, anytime, Tom.
Thank you so much.
These movies are amazing. Congratulations, Tom. Of course. Thank you for having me. Ladies and gentlemen,
thank you.
Tom Cruise.
Rome, thank you so much. I love you. I really love you. And it's I can't believe this is happening. I don't want to leave this step. I will never forget this moment. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Please enjoy the film also.
It is my privilege to be joined by writer, producer, director, the man that keeps Tom Cruise going, not that he needs help, Mr. Christopher McQuarrie, McHugh himself. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, man. This movie is epic, as befits a Mission Impossible movie.
Thank you.
I think when I spoke to you on the last carpet for a Mission movie, you had said, I don't know if I have another one in me. Apparently you have at least 2 in you.
I had 2.
What changed? What brought you back for not 1, but 2 more missions?
The opportunity to do 2. When we originally talked about this idea, we knew it was so big we couldn't fit it into 1, and that's why we're here for part 1.
Yes, we're here for part 1, and there is a ton to talk about. Look, we're in Rome. We're on the Spanish Steps. We're right next to this Fiat that went through. We're next to the lovely Hayley Atwell, new addition to your franchise. But I want to talk about that Rome car chase because
we're in Rome.
Because we're in Rome, and I would want to talk about it anyway, let's be frank.
Yeah.
On a scale of difficulty, you've done difficult sequences. Give me a sense of what made this one so challenging.
Car chases are always difficult. This one was difficult by a factor of 10. The environment was very tricky, first of all, because you have cobblestone streets in Rome, so when you're drifting, there's no predictability. You can never know where the car is going to go. The car we were driving, or that Tom was driving, was this Fiat 500, which we gave it a little extra power, mission style, which also made it unpredictable. The car kind of had a mind of its own on a terrain that was completely unpredictable. And then you had Tom driving with one hand handcuffed to his co-star.
He ratted you out. That was your idea, apparently.
That was my idea. I had to make it hard.
Yeah, it's too easy, just.
And on top of all of that, most of the shots in the sequence are 2 shots, meaning there's very little editorial control. The actors have to be perfectly in sync with one another.
Right.
And so what you're seeing really, as difficult as the sequence is, the reason it really works, why it's so effective, is the talent of those two actors and their chemistry together.
Look, there's so many sequences in this film I could talk about, but the motorcycle jump, for instance. Like, what is in your head? You're watching your star. You know what he's capable of. Obviously, he's safe as you can be, but still, there's an element of danger that goes with the territory. Are you nervous watching him do it not once, but repeatedly?
You can go on the internet, and somebody recorded me while I was watching it, and they took the liberty of incorporating that into the behind the scenes, and you could see what it's like directing a Tom Cruise movie in real time. It's pretty nerve-wracking. The truth of the matter is, no matter how much we rehearse a stunt like that, when we get out to the real environment to do it, everything's an unknown. Yeah. It's just everything's a variable, and we couldn't predict what was going to happen.
What goes into casting a Mission Impossible film? Like, what is the prerequisite for an actor, for a newcomer to the franchise, like Hayley Atwell? What do you tell them in advance?
Hayley is, what do we tell them?
Yes.
That the best way you can prepare is to not prepare.
Oh.
Really, it's about preparing the physical training, prepare for long hours and prepare for a lot of unpredictability. But we don't write a role and then cast an actor. We cast actors we really admire, and then we find the role. So the less preconceived notions of what the character is that they come with, the more we're going to find something original. And what you're seeing with all of these characters in the movie, and every single one of them has their moment to shine, you're seeing their raw talent. We're just getting out of their way.
My sense is also, just thanks to this environment you've created, thanks to the standard that Tom has set, the bar has raised, like, in terms of prep for all the actors. They know if Tom's going to give 190%, they're going to have to deliver too.
It's not even about you have to deliver. You're inspired to do it. I mean, you really find yourself on these movies doing things you never thought you would be capable of doing. I never imagined myself as an action director, let alone a director who would make 4 of these movies. I never imagined I'd be wrecking trains and bringing jet engines out to the desert to create sandstorms. And what you learn very quickly is the sky's the limit. Everything is possible.
So last question for you. Yes, Dead Reckoning Part 1 is in the can, and it's amazing. We do have another one coming.
You do. Yes.
What can we expect? Have you left anything on the table? It just amazes me how you can raise the bar, frankly, each time. What have you left over for Part 2?
It's not even that we left anything over. Everything you're seeing in this movie, in Part 1, is the accumulation of everything we've learned prior. And not just Mission Impossible, but Top Gun Maverick, Edge of Tomorrow, all the movies that we've made together and separately. We've now taken all of that experience, put it into this movie, and then applied it to the next. And so if all I could tell you for the next one is come and see. You're in for a treat. There is no limit.
I will be there. I trust in Tom Cruise. I trust in McHugh. Congratulations, man. And it's always a pleasure to see you in another iconic location like this. Congrats, man.
Thank you so much. We always get to meet in such great places.
Let's just meet at a coffee shop next time. We can just chill.
There's one right over there.
All right, I'll see you there.
I'll see you for espresso. All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks, man.
Take care.
I am, of course, joined by the newest addition to the Mission Impossible franchise. It's Hayley Atwell, everybody.
Hello, it's so nice to be here. 4 years later, I think.
A simple shoot back in Rome.
Simple, nice vacation of a shoot.
When you see that Fiat over there, it's just a few yards away. PTSD, do you have happy memories of being in that Fiat?
Yeah, it gives me shivers. I'm avoiding her at all costs. We nicknamed her Trixie because she had a mind of her own. And you think, my gosh, Ethan Hunt was undermined by a Fiat 500.
Finally, we found
the Achilles heel.
Yes. It's always the unlikely places. Congratulations on joining this. This must have been such an exciting opportunity. Look, you've been in big movies before, but the Mission movies don't swing and miss. They raise the bar each and every time. What's it like to get the phone call from McHugh and Tom that they're interested?
It felt... I knew it was going to be a life-changing moment doing this film because even the screen test with McHugh and Tom, it's so clear how passionate they are about challenging themselves. With every installment, it's progressive, it's harder, it's faster, it's deeper, it feels emotionally connected. And every single day, they bring such passion, enthusiasm, and intensity to it that they raise the bar for themselves, and it's contagious.
Yeah.
And so, I focused and I concentrated, and I had incredible support around me of people just making sure that I was doing all this stunt preparation efficiently, with a lot of injury prevention,
Sure.
a lot of rest and mobility, everything that made sure that I was dynamic enough and to be fit for purpose, so that I could then get into that car and do some donuts around this fountain here and not damage the city.
Yes, the city thanks you for that.
You're welcome.
Talk to me a little bit about what would you tell Hayley Atwell before mission? What would you warn her, tell her about that maybe you did not anticipate about doing this film?
That take it one step at a time.
Yep.
Surrender to the experience. We might and know how to pivot and adapt really quickly. So you just got to try new things. What joy of working with McQuarrie and Tom is that they are so playful. They want you to come in and offer lots of different things every day and see what sticks and what feels most alive. And I never felt that I could fail or make a mistake. It was just choices.
Yep.
So to collaborate and create this character. They said to me, we're looking for an actor we want to work with, and then we will create the character with them as we go along.
Amazing.
So I didn't know who she was, and I didn't until I saw the film, and I went, oh, that's how they've been edited together. Okay, so she remains consistently inconsistent.
Well, she is, I will say, she's been described as an agent of chaos.
Yes.
Look, that's always a good descriptor of a character. You want to be chaos incarnate, don't you? Grace really mixes it up, really changes the dynamic, doesn't she?
She's certainly having a lot of fun. I mean, what I love about her is that she's not calculating. She's not intending to give anyone a hard time. She's just hyper-vigilant and she's an opportunist, and she's just trying to put one foot in front of the other and work out what she's gotten herself into. And then you have someone like Ethan Hunt who turns up in this Fiat 500, and she's like, who are you?
Right.
Why would I trust you? And it's a beautiful journey that she goes on of kind of learning one of the main themes of the film being about friendship.
Yes. How does do you get self-conscious about your run around Tom Cruise, who has the most iconic run in all of cinema history? How does your run compare, Hayley?
How does my run compare? I got to run. He's chasing after me.
I know.
And he doesn't catch me.
Well,
so, I mean,
kudos to you.
The proof is in the pudding, ladies and gentlemen. One thing I will say about watching his run is he runs with every cell in his body. So you feel that every cell is alive. And I don't know how he does that, because people can run fast, but the way he has studied form and composition, and anatomically how he's worked out how to put the elbow and the knee just in the right place, makes him look like he's cutting through air at stratospheric speed. It's incredible.
I think that's just how he applies to everything. Like, he eats a meal with 150% probably,
Yes,
whatever he does.
He told me also that he's brilliant at doing the dishes, the washing up. He's like, I am so good at doing the dishes. I'm like, I believe you.
That's a preview of the next film, a 90-minute dish cleaning sequence.
Taking a domestic turn.
Exactly.
For Mission
No, truly, congratulations. The film is epic. You are fantastic in it. Everybody give it up for Hayley Atwell.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, here I am look, Tom Cruise is great, but I really wanted to talk to this guy tonight. I love him, you love him. Mr. Simon Pegg, Benji Dunn, how are you, man?
I'm very good, thank you so much.
Congratulations again. Look, you're an OG now, man. You are,
right?
You really are.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, tell young, innocent Simon Pegg, when he was just signing on for MI3, what he was in for. What would you warn him about, tell him about?
I would have said buckle up, sunshine. I had no idea that I would do another one, let alone 5, you know. And when I got the call to do Ghost Protocol, and they said, how would you feel if Benji was like a field agent? I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll give that a go. And then here we are, sort of 5 films later, and he's like you say, he's an OG. He's a mature member of the team now.
I feel for Benji. He's been through a lot.
I feel for Benji.
Right?
Regularly.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, but he's stressed out a lot. Like it's not like I'd like to see Benji just relax on vacation. Do you feel like you're constantly playing stressed Benji in these films?
He's constantly in a heightened sense of stress. He was like hung in the last film, and we nearly lost him, and he's had to defuse one too many nuclear bombs, and it's just, you know, it gets to him, but he stays there because he loves Ethan, and he wants to be loyal and a friend, and he, you know, it's part of who he is. He made the choice, and he's taken it.
Look, we've talked about some iconic franchises you've been a part, and look, I know you well enough to know that if you were not in these films, you would love these films and just be going to these films. So what is it like to be on this journey, to be friends and colleagues with Tom Cruise and be a part of this franchise after all these years?
It's been amazing. It's been an incredible run, and you know, every time we make a film, we feel like, you know, we push ourselves to the limit, and we think we can't possibly do more. But they always do. Tom and McHugh have this ability to just always ratchet it up again, and this one is no exception. It's kind of, it boggles the mind what we've had to do, you know, and it's genuinely a thrilling movie.
Is there a stunt over the years that Tom has performed that you would have liked a crack at, or are you fine and happy for him to do the motorcycle jump, to hang off the airplane, etc.?
I'm happy for him to do that, you know. I was just saying, I'm non-primary. I like to just sit in the background slightly.
The movie is called Dead Reckoning,
Yes.
Part 1. Next one will be presumably Dead Reckoning Part 2.
No, it's Part 3 next.
Oh, they're just skipping over.
Yeah,
Cool.
skipping 2. 2's rubbish.
There could be some. I feel like there might be casualties with a name like that. You know, Benji's almost bought it already. Should I worry about our friend Benji?
I would be worried for everybody. This mission is so important. Even though Ethan kind of denies this fact, we're all expendable, you know, and it's pretty much the you know, the end of the line for who knows who.
Oh gosh, we're ending on a sad, dark note. No.
Sorry, let's bring it up. Let's bring it up.
It's pretty good. It's
Kittens and
fun.
things.
Yay! Congratulations, Simon. It's always a blast to see you. Enjoy the ride of Mission Impossible.
It's great to be here, guys. I'm very happy. Hey, Rome.
Rome says hi back. Thanks, Simon.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Welcome back to Mission. Rebecca, congratulations. Talk to me a little bit. Look, you are now a vet of a few of these. Talk to Rebecca way back when, before she signed on. What did she need to know? Did she know what she was getting into?
No. Thank goodness. Because I think, do you know what? Jokes aside, it is the ride of my life. It's the best journey. It's unpredictable, it's crazy, it is daunting, it's horrendous, it's amazing, and you just want to go again and again and again.
Does the prep change with every film? By now, do you know how to prep for a Mission movie, or is it very... What's going on?
I'm really busy looking at Pom. Klementieff. Honey.
She's distracting us. How dare she? The prep for a Mission movie. It must change with each one for the particular scenes you're handling. Like for this one, was it old hat in terms of the prep to get ready for this one?
Well, thank you for asking. Well, actually, I think we prep each scene depending on what is asked of us. I mean, with Mission, you get the best of the best.
Right.
So if there's sword training, you're training with a professional sword fighter. If you are doing stunts, it's a stunt team. It's driving boats. It's, you know, it's you live stunts.
Yeah.
So it becomes a part of your life.
Seeing
amazing.
the finished product of these films, is there a proudest moment you've had? Like, oh yeah, I nailed that. I sold that, and I never knew I had that in me.
Every scene, like every stunt, everything I do, I walk off going, I nailed it. Tom, you're great. Did you see me?
Everybody, look at what I just did.
Look at what I did.
Yeah, Tom, you hung off a plane. Great, congrats.
Someone asked me, what's the best stunt? And I say, all the ones I'm in. No, seriously. I think we're watching Tom. And to be honest, I feel like I'm giving him a lot here, but I can do that. Yeah. I'm doing other action films, and I realize I've studied Tom for so many years that we have ways of asking things and checking security. I become a mini Tom, on my own sets, and then I have to go, whoa, no.
You're carrying on the legacy wherever you go, as you should. Finally, look, these are movies that need to be seen on the big screen. What would you say to folks contemplating, like, why do the Mission films demand the big screen treatment? Are you going to be there with your popcorn, your giant soda, watching this latest Mission movie?
Could you imagine watching a Mission Impossible movie on a small screen?
No.
I mean, it would be ridiculous. Sometimes I see people on airplanes, and I want to turn it off and go, no,
Get
you're
yourself
not
to a
allowed to. No, it has to. It's, you know, the edits, the music, the score, the fighting, the grandiose. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Rebecca Ferguson, you're amazing. Congratulations. Get out of the sun. Enjoy your night. I'll see you
Thank
soon.
you.
I hope. Thank you,
my love.
Rebecca. I am here with the White Widow herself. It's Vanessa Kirby. Hi, Vanessa.
Hello, Josh.
It's great to see you. Welcome back to another Mission. Old hat. These films are easy to make. It's simple, right?
Oh, yeah, so simple.
Roll out of bed, another Mission movie.
Absolutely.
Tell me about where the White Widow is in this one. Were you thrilled and excited to see what McHugh and Tom had in store for you this time?
Of course. And it's always lovely returning to something that you've loved and you've grown up with, and then you have a few years off, and then you're older and wiser, and then you come back and you think, how is this person, how's this character changed since I last played her? And for me, what was thrilling is to kind of think about the pressure of the work that she does and the leader that she is of that institution, all the way back from Vanessa Redgrave, her mother, and inheriting that family business and the level of, difficult.
It's a high-stress job.
Yeah, very high, probably the highest stress job. And so to imagine how that will have affected someone. So we made lots of decisions, like how about making her hair really wild and crazy and, eyes really bloodshot. And so you can see, even though she's keeping her cool, that she's, the stresses and the burdens are getting to her, and she's starting to unravel a bit.
And not only that inner turmoil, but look, you can't do a Mission movie and not get some action. You would feel robbed, right? You get to get in on it this time. What was the prep like? Do you take to that naturally? Because in a Mission movie, you have to go all or nothing. Tom sets the bar very high.
Oh, it's so true. I mean, in the last mission, I did this big knife fight with him, and I got this knife, and I didn't even know how to use it, let alone do a cool trick with it. So I spent a long time at home perfecting it. I even took it on a holiday and perfected it. I was using it on the beach. I think people thought I was a little bit strange.
Right, well, you get your space at least. They make a perimeter around you.
Oh, it definitely pushes people away, back from me, that's true.
What would surprise people, you think, about how a Mission set goes? Like, for the folks that expect, I'm sure it's big and grand, but like, how McHugh conducts a set unique in your experience?
Well, I mean, anything is possible, I think, with them. I mean, like the actual stunts, the same applies to character, and on the day, you might do 50 takes of something really small. And I remember recently on about take 40, and I was picking up a key, and I thought, oh my God, by take 39, I thought to myself, isn't this the kind of crazy joy that I get to see what, even on that micro level, how a human would do that in many different ways. And that applies to everything, really. You just get to experiment and play because you have the time,
sure, and
you have the options, and you have the freedom to be able to, riff a bit. And that's rare, because usually you have 1 or 2 takes in films.
Do you take a special delight in going to the theater? Are you going to sneak into a theater or two? If you don't do it for a Mission movie, you have to experience this with a crowd, right?
I think I did it in Fallout, actually. I think I snuck into one. I was seeing another film, and I could hear I could hear the music in the other cinema, and so when it finished, I went into the other one. I just watched the end, and it was really amazing because it was full. It was a full cinema, and I think that's what these movies do, is make people come back to cinema.
Right. You probably get brownie points among your friends and family. Like, you get cool points for being in a Mission movie, I would imagine.
Oh my God, the coolest.
Yeah.
far cooler than I am. I mean, it's, you know.
You're on the Spanish Steps looking like this in a Mission Impossible movie. You're doing okay, Vanessa.
I don't know. I mean, in real life, I'm not nearly as cool. So for a second, I get to feel a little bit, and that's always a nice thing as a human.
Well, more than a second. Enjoy the night, the global premiere of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. It's a mouthful. It's an amazing ride. Congratulations, and I'll hope to see you on the next one.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Vanessa.
Esai Morales here with me. Hi.
Hi, Carolina.
How are you?
Still dreaming, I feel.
Dreaming about what?
About being in the eternal city, Roma,
Yeah?
Bellissima Roma, with the eternal talents of Tom Cruise, Christopher McQuarrie, and this incredible casting crew. This is very much a dream come true.
So tell me, what's your highlights of being in this dream team, Cruise, McQuarrie?
Okay, that's a good question because I don't have one highlight.
Okay.
It's like the Alps of highlights. There's so many. We need another show, but
Okay.
biggest thing is staying alive.
Staying alive, I like it. So, just one thing that you love the most about Gabriel.
Oh, wow. What I love the most about Gabriel is his ability to get under Ethan Hunt's skin and kind of bring out the dark side of Ethan Hunt.
Oh my God, I'm scared.
You should be.
But I'm not Ethan Hunt, so I'm okay.
Yes, you're safe.
Thank you so much. Enjoy Rome. Esai Morales.
Well, here I am with Palm Klementieff, one of the newest additions to the franchise and kind of a scene stealer, I have to say, Palm. You're amazing in this. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What can we say about Paris? I mean, this is a woman of mystery, a woman of few words, but she makes an impression, to say the least. How would you describe her?
I think she's a rebel and she plays by her own rules. And, she enjoys fighting and killing sometimes.
She seems to, yes, literally be enjoying it. So you have some scenes here. I don't want to ruin anything, but again, this amazing sequence in Rome, and you are driving, a little recklessly, I would say, Palm, and you have a smile on your face for a portion of it.
Yes, actually, I was having so much fun. I was trying to not laugh and smile too much because I looked insane, but they kept it in the movie, so.
It makes you scarier, and I think that was the desired effect, right?
I guess.
What is the training like for a sequence like that? Look, you've done stunts, you've done action in films, but what's the prep like in this film versus what you've done before?
Oh my God, we trained for months and months. I trained for months. I did, kicking, punching. I did some sword training, some training with a big stick too. Like we're trying to find the fight style of the character. What else? I did some sprints a lot, interval training, Pilates, everything, You're sore every day, but I love it.
You also have some scenes, again, I don't want to ruin too much, but you and Tom mix it up a bit. And that's probably intense to go toe-to-toe with someone like Tom Cruise. What are your memories of action scenes with Tom himself?
Oh my God, it was incredible. I feel spoiled, Now it's going to be hard to beat that, I just want to keep working with Tom. He's the best, the most generous. He's such a gentleman too. So it was a difficult scene to shoot, but technically it was difficult to place the camera, the lighting, and all that. But it looks amazing.
It does.
So we're very happy.
Are you excited to see this with an audience? This is an audience movie. This is a movie that you want to see in the theater, yes?
Oh my God, I can't wait to hear people's reactions. I saw the movie already once. I was blown away. I could even speak for a few minutes after watching the movie. I had to process it, and it's just mind-blowing, really.
It's true. The movie is amazing, truly. You are remarkable in it. You guys will have a lot to say about Palm's character after you see the movie. Trust me. Congratulations, and enjoy the night, Palm.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Returning with me. Hi, hello, how are you?
I feel great, thank you.
Oh.
It's a thrill to be here. It's a thrill to be able to show this masterpiece today.
It is a real masterpiece.
Yes, it is, yeah.
But did you ever think that Kittredge would return after
No.
his debut in 1996?
No, it was not a thought I had back in 1996 or 97 or 98 or 2000. As a matter of fact, they called me to bring the character back 20 years almost to the day that I got the call that I was going to do it the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, in January.
Tell me
yes.
your
It was
reaction.
fantastic. Well, I thought they were kidding, first of all.
Are you kidding me?
And then I got on the phone with McHugh, and he described to me what they wanted to do, and I loved it, and here we are. It's great. It's great to play a character at that age, go through all kinds of stuff, and bring a deeper character to the screen.
Yeah. And how have the scale of the missions films changed?
I'm sorry?
How have the scale of the missions films changed since the original?
They just get better and better.
Of course.
It's astonishing. It's one of the only franchises where every sequential iteration gets better than the last.
Maybe so you answered just my question that was about this is a very successful franchising. So which is the secret? Maybe you've already...
Hard work,
Yeah.
respect for every single person that brings anything to this production, from props to producers, actors, everyone in between. They treat everyone with respect and ask everything from everyone because Tom and McHugh bring everything to it. That's why.
And that's maybe the things that the audience feel about it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was telling McHugh the other night, every frame is filled with the love of the audience in the movie. Truly.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Harry Czenry.
Absolute pleasure.
Well, folks, we have a new addition to the franchise. One of my favorite actors working today, Shea Wiggam, joins Mission Impossible. Hey, Shea.
Hey, how you doing, man?
It's good to see you, man. Congratulations on this. Look, you've been a part of a lot of different kind of movies. You've been to a lot of premieres. How does this one stack up, Shea?
Nothing like this. This is incredible. I mean, I don't even know how many tens of thousands of people are here. This is unbelievable. And one of my favorite places on the planet, the Spanish Steps and the Keats and Shelley Museum here and Byron's place right there. For me, it's as good as it gets.
A lot of history, to say the least.
Yeah.
And you have some history here, thanks to shooting this film. Fond memories of barreling through the streets of Rome like a bat out of hell?
Harrowing.
I could see the deadness in your eyes go. You were
The fact that Tom and McHugh entrusted me with that, I'm forever grateful. You know what I mean? I got to see Rome in a different way than obviously I ever would.
Did you know what you were getting into with Mission? Like, did you have any friends and colleagues kind of give you a heads up? Like, McHugh and Tom, they have a way of making movies that it works for them and not anyone else can make them the way they do.
This is true. This is true. They have, they have a love of cinema that I'm sure a lot of the actors are telling you. It's an insatiable appetite to make great film. And it shows. It's not strictly just an action film. They bring someone like myself on and allow them to try to cultivate a part with someone like Briggs.
I loved watching you run, Tom run, a lot of running. Congratulations on keeping up with Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I'm still exhausted from it.
Enjoy the moment, man.
Thank you, man.
Shea Wiggam, it's a pleasure, man.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, guys, I am here with a newcomer to the franchise, but not a newcomer to Tom Cruise movies. It's Greg Tarzan Davis. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, thank you. It feels good to be back in Rome, man. I'm excited.
Look, you did a lot of running. You did a lot of Shea Wiggam quality time in
Yes.
Rome. Happy memories of being here?
Scary memories. Riding the car with Shea while he's drifting and trying to chase Tom Cruise and Hayley, but it's memorable.
Yeah, you can put that on the resume. Not many people can say they've done what you've done in Rome. It's amazing. Okay, so take me back. Look, of course you collaborated with Tom and McHugh on Top Gun Maverick.
Yep.
On the back of your head on that set, are you like, hey, I'm a Mission fan. Maybe it'd be, What do you think?
Honestly, I manifested it. I put it on my vision board. I said, I want to work with Tom and McHugh in another capacity, and they just so happen to be doing Mission Impossible next. I would have did anything with them, but it just so happened to be Mission. I've always loved this franchise since I was a child, and now to be a part of it is like, God damn.
Is that like a jump in the air, call all your friends moment when you get the call?
It was a jump in the air, cry my eyes out, roll on the ground, scream on my balcony, like, woo, we made it, we made it.
And then the work begins.
And then the work begins. Yeah, all the training and stuff. You know Tom likes everything practical, so the work did begin.
Yeah, I mean, the word is this is like literally the biggest practical action movie ever made. And it's all on the screen. You see it, you feel it. What does the training entail? Does it compare to anything you've been through before?
No. See, when you sign up for a Mission Impossible film, you're signing up for the Mission Impossible boot camp. So we were immersed in everything. I mean, learning every technical skill that you can think of, drifting, dirt bike, weapons, martial arts. It was nonstop, but it was a great learning lesson that I'm fortunate to have.
You ready to see this in a big theater with thousands of people? I mean, that's going to be an experience.
That's why we made the movie, for us to see it in a big screen, biggest screen possible, with a packed crowd, which I think that they're all going to enjoy. I hope they're going to enjoy. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be amazing, man. Enjoy the moment in Rome and on this world tour. You kill it in this one. Greg, it's a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. Pleasure to see you as well.
Thanks, buddy.
Here I am with Fredick Schmidt. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Very well, thank you.
So, welcome back on Mission Impossible. Can you tell us something more about this Zola?
This Zola is here to bring more fun, more drama, more chaos, and generally have a good time.
Oh, cool. And can you tell me that this mission is bigger than Fallout?
Believe it or not, yeah. I never would have
why?
thought it was possible, but they've surprised all of us by going above and beyond with just an absolute spectacle of a movie.
Is there something that you hate about this character or that you love?
No, I enjoy embracing the darker side of things sometimes, and yeah, no, it's a lot of fun to play.
Okay, thank you so much. Enjoy.
My pleasure.
Cary Elwes, the newest addition to Mission Impossible. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Look, I love and admire your career. You've been a part of some iconic films. Still, when you get the call for Mission, that's a good moment, yes?
Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to be a part of this franchise since the first one. And so here we are. Yeah.
Here we are, Spanish Steps, totally chill.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about your function in the story without revealing too much, because you do play, what can we say about Denglinger? Is he...
Yeah, I can't say much, except that he's an important part of the story. Okay?
Right, important part. I can attest to that. If he can't say anything, I'm not saying anything either.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about this, just stepping onto the set with Tom, with McHugh, the level of professionalism, the dedication to their craft. Again, you've been in all manner of film, but what strikes you about it?
Well, you just said it. I mean, they're such professionals. They love movies. They care deeply. Tom, I've worked with before. This is our second time working together. We did Days of Thunder 30-some odd years ago. And he's the same guy. He's an incredible talent. Obviously, we all know that. He's an unbelievable stuntman. We all know that. He puts his life on the line constantly, every film. And this one, he raised the bar even higher. Didn't think it was possible. And he's an amazing producer. And McHugh, I've always been a fan of Chris McQuarrie. I've studied his work. I loved him when he started out as a writer. And now he's one of the most brilliant writer-directors I've ever worked with. He's so brilliant. And loves actors, loves characters. It's all about the emotional journey for him. I learned so much from the both of them working on this film. So yeah, I'm really grateful.
And one thing I really appreciate among many about these films is the company of actors. So the fact that they bring in folks like you and Shea, Hayley. It's just the company keeps building time and time again.
It's a great cast.
You look around the room, again, I don't want to reveal too much about your particular scenes, but you look at that company of actors, that must strike you, because a lot of movies of this type, they don't do that. They don't do it that way.
Yeah, no, they're wonderful. I mean, look, Tom and McHugh, they handpicked this cast, and we all got along great. We just had such a good time. It was hardly like hard work, Josh. I'll be honest with you. I know
No,
it was.
you're supposed to say it was grueling. I hated every minute.
Yeah, no, it was such fun. Every day was such a joy. And I can't wait for the fans to see it because this is the biggest action movie of all time. And I'm not saying that just because I'm in it. I'm really excited for the fans because they are going to be absolutely blown away by this movie. I mean, on the edge of their seats. It is high octane drama, action, all the way. It's insane.
Yeah,
insane.
You more than get your money's worth.
Oh my gosh.
It is.
Oh my God.
Money is all up on the screen.
Yeah,
There's nothing
yeah.
like it. I'm so thrilled for you, man. Cary Elwes, the
Thank
newest
you.
addition to Mission Impossible. Have a great time tonight,
Thank you.
man.
You too. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it.
That's all the time we have here at the global premiere of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Tonight has been incredible. Carolina, what's been your highlight of the night?
Being eye to eye with Tom Cruise and feeling all this love for this movie, for Tom Cruise, and most of all for the cinema.
No, you said it. I feel like the love of all of these actors, the company of actors talking about how this movie was made, the passion that went into it, it was remarkable. We hope you guys have enjoyed our celebration of this epic film today. This really is the biggest and boldest mission yet, full of some of the most mind-blowing action and practical stunts you will ever see on screen, and the most fun you'll have at the movies this summer. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight, and remember to catch this must-see movie when it hits theaters starting July 12th. We'll leave you now with some of the highlights from tonight's amazing global premiere. Good night.
Good night.
are the sum of our choices. And we cannot escape the past. Ethan, this mission of yours is gonna cost you dearly.
The world is changing. Truth is vanishing. War is coming.
It's been a long time, friend. You've no idea the power I represent. It knows your story and how it ends.
Listen to me. The world's coming after you.
His fate is written. Shall we write yours too?
If anything happens to them, there's no place that I won't go to kill you. That is written.
Ethan, what's your objective? What's your ultimate objective?
Your life will always matter more to me than my own.
None of our lives can matter more than this mission.
I don't accept that.